welcome to Northwest Brew Talk. I'm Mike Rizzo.
And I'm Michelle Rizzo.
And this is episode number 43. Each week we promote the Washington brewing industry by talking to those people involved and drinking Washington beer. With almost 300 breweries, we try to highlight as many as possible every episode. If you're new to the show, we suggest you check out our back catalog with some great interviews and lots of Washington beer. On today's show, we have an interview with St. Brigid's Brewery, our brew news and views, and local music from Marshall McLean Band.
If you have any comments or questions, send us an email to nwbrewtalk@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at nwbrewtalk and on Facebook at facebook.com/nwbrewtalk. If you like the show and want to support us, why not become a patron? With a donation, we offer everything from a guest hosting the show to a copy of our upcoming book, Washington Beer. Head over to nwbrewtalk.podbean.com for more details. To start the show, let's open our first beer.
Okay, this is Rajah's Royal IPA from Harmon Brewing.
Rajah's Royal IPA from Harmon Brewing in Tacoma is an imperial IPA brewed with 4 different malted barleys. This beer is amber in color with a big hop aroma with a major malt backbone. It is 7.6% ABV, 100 IBUs, and has an untapped rating of 3.6.
Oh, yeah, definitely has that 100 IBUs.
Wow, you smell that right away, too. Wow.
That is a... I'm trying to taste the malt. Yeah, you can taste some of that malt there.
Yeah, you definitely can.
But, yeah, definitely the amber color is right on. And, but that 7% is definitely something you can taste. It is definitely a Royal IPA, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
This one will go down with some food. That's for sure. All right. And now, on to our brew news and views for this week.
Topping this week's news, one of Washington's most decorated breweries, Chucknut Brewery and Kitchen in Bellingham, announced they have broken ground on a new production brewery in Skagit County. Woo-hoo. Founded by Will and Mari Kemper, they had outgrown their facility in Bellingham and are building an 8,000 square foot brewery at the Port of Skagit across from the Skagit Regional Airport. The capacity at South Nut will be capable of producing up to 13,000 barrels of beer with room for bottling. A beer garden will be located on the property with outside seating and activities during summer months. The smaller Bellingham North Nut will continue in its present form and be used for small-scale research and specialty beer production. South Nut will focus on the flagship beers Pilsner, Kolsch, and other styles needed in larger quantities. Chucknut's South Nut is located in the Innovation Zone at the Port of Skagit, where Skagit Valley Malting Company, WSU Bread Lab, Skagit Valley College Brewery Program Facility, and other businesses are currently located. This is great news that Skagit County, an hour north of Seattle, continues to develop into a beer destination.
Yes, it's good news because we're in that area, so that's good for us.
Oh, yes, we're excited.
The Good Food Awards recognize that truly good food, the kind that brings people together and builds strong, healthy communities, honoring social and environmental responsibility, and celebrating flavor. They take a comprehensive view, honoring people who make food that is delicious, respectful of the environment, and connected to communities and cultural traditions. The finalists for this year's awards in the beer category include 3 Washington breweries: Fish Brewing Company for Wild Salmon Pale Ale, Pike Brewing Company for Pike Wood-Aged Kilt Lifter, and Rubens Brews for Robust Porter. The announcement of winners in all the categories will be held Friday, January 15th, 2016 in San Francisco. Best of luck to all the nominees, and especially our Washington breweries.
This Saturday, November 21st, Wingman Brewers' annual Denizens of Dark celebration takes place at their taproom in Tacoma. The celebration of the impending winter months will also be the official release of 2015 Stratofortress bottles and 2015 Bourbon Barrel-Aged Big Baby Flat Top bottles. Woo. It costs $7 and gets you a 2015 Denizens of the Dark glass and your first pour. On Saturday, December 5th, Pyramid Breweries will be celebrating their 18th annual Snowcap Party in Seattle. There will be live music, beer, and proceeds benefit the Northwest Avalanche Center. The party celebrates Pyramid's release of Snowcap Winter Warmer Ale. On December 4th and 5th is the 2015 Winter Beer Festival hosted by the Washington Brewers Guild. Over 50 Guild breweries will showcase their winter seasonals. This event is a fundraiser for the Washington Brewers Guild. There will be 3 separate sessions for the 21 and over event to be held at Hangar 30 in Seattle.
Here at Northwest Brew Talk, we are always looking for interesting items to chat about. Foggy Noggin in Bothell made us aware of this new deck of playing cards from Bicycle, the company that makes playing cards. They say they are passionate about things that are still specially crafted, like bicycle playing cards, and of course craft beer. This deck of cards is dedicated to those who love their local brews. Each of the 53 American breweries profiled on the card faces are passionate about unique, full-flavored beers. Printed on premium cardstock, this deck features their classic air cushion finish, made in the USA, and included is Foggy Noggin. So if you have a beer lover, you need a gift for the upcoming holidays, a single deck is only $3.99. Another interesting story we came across was from Backwoods Brewing Company in Carson. Emily Waters, wife of brewer Tom Waters, is a stay-at-home mom. When their son was experiencing eczema flare-ups, Tom suggested soap made from beer, so Emily went to work. After many experiments, they found some combinations that helped their son. Apparently, hops are good for the skin. The production process involves boiling down beer to rid it of its alcohol and carbonation, leaving the beneficial components from the hops. They then add all their natural ingredients for a variety of types of soaps. Check out backwoodsbeersoap.com for more details. And that is the brew news and views this week.
Welcome back to Northwest Brew Talk. If you want to submit news to Northwest Brew Talk, send us an email to nwbrewtalk@gmail.com. Or if you've not yet subscribed to our podcast, why not do it now? It's free, available anywhere you listen to podcasts, including iTunes, Podbean, and Stitcher. If you like us, a review or rating would be really appreciated. But make sure to tell your friends about Northwest Brew Talk.
Thank you very much. We would appreciate that. And we're going to talk very briefly about a place we visited in Skagit County. This is Flyers Restaurant at the Skagit Regional Airport. This is their second location. Their main location is in Oak Harbor. And they recently opened this one, I believe last month it opened up. And we went in over the weekend, and it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was very nice, actually.
Sitting right on the runway. And there were it was a little slow in the business. The food was good. But we noticed that almost everybody that exited the building went and got into a plane and took off.
Yes, we were one of the few that was parked out front.
Yes. In fact, yes, we were one of the few in the front. I think everybody else arrived and left in a plane. So it was pretty crazy, and all the planes were parked right out there. So it's kind of neat if you're interested in watching some small planes, take off and land right there while you're eating. They have an upstairs, too, so they have plenty of seating. And it's a nice little place. They have their beer, and their beer was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Yep. So, nice little place to check out. Now we're going to talk to Tom over at St. Brigid's Brewing. We'll be right back after that. All right. We're here with Tom Wytko from St. Brigid's Brewing. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you, Mike?
We're doing good. Now, you're located in Moses Lake, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, you were a longtime home brewer before you decided to start a brewery. Why don't you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, well, I just started home brewing back in about 1988 or so, and figured I could do that as a hobby and see what kind of beer I could brew. I was always interested in beer, so that's kind of where it started.
And what kind of beers did you like to brew?
I like the ambers and IPAs and browns. Those are kind of one of my favorites.
So that's what you were brewing when you were doing home brewing?
Yeah, that's what I'd mainly brew, you bet.
So, like a lot of people, did you start with extract?
I sure did. Yeah, I started with the extract, and then went to specialty grains with the extract, and then finally went into the all grain. And, it's just kind of a slow progression, as you married and have kids. So as kids came, kind of stopped brewing and then start again. So it was kind of an on and off process there for quite a while.
Right. So what made you think that you wanted to do this full time?
Well, we moved to Moses Lake about 11 years ago, and there was no brewery here at the time. So we thought, that would be kind of a nice thing to get into. So I figured the only way I'd start it is if they'd let me put the brewery on our property. And the feds said that was okay. So we built a building and got some equipment, and that's the rest of the story right there. Just started going for it.
So how long was your process to get everything going?
Well, let's see, it took about 2 years from the initial idea to when we were brewing our first batch. So the licensing process took us about 8 months, and the rest of it was just construction and little odds and ends here and there.
Okay. Did you build a building specially for the brewery?
No, it's just basically kind of a metal building, not specifically for anything. So
Okay.
we just modified it so it would work.
Okay. Now, are you production only, or do you have tastings there, or growler fills, or anything?
Well, the brewery's on our property, but we have a tap room in town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the tap has been open 2 years,
Okay.
and it's been well received, and we get a lot of people from off of I-90 because we're only about 2 miles off I-90.
Okay.
So we get a lot of people traveling to and from wherever they're going, stop in, have a pint or two, and either stay or be on their way.
All right, that's cool. So, let's see, you opened in 2011, right?
Yeah, that's when we started the brewery, yes.
Right. So, a couple years in the brewing business, and you knew that there was room to open the tap room. Was it just demand was that great?
Well, originally we knew we wanted to have a tap room, but we just couldn't find the right place in town. So we just thought we'll just start the brewery and do a little bit of wholesale here and there. And finally we found a place. It's Lake and has an outdoor patio, and we thought this is the place.
Okay, cool.
So that took us about almost a year of permitting and construction and odds and ends.
All right. Now, what size system do you run at the brewery?
I run a 3-barrel. A lot of times I'll double batch, so it kind of acts like a 6-barrel.
Right. Okay.
So nothing too big. I'm not really set up for major distribution or anything like that. It's mainly just local and a little bit of regional.
Okay. And that's just kegs then?
Yes.
Okay. Any plans in the future for expanding out from there? Maybe bottling or canning?
Yeah, I'd love to do that. I just gotta make some cash first.
Okay. That is necessary sometimes.
Yeah.
So, when you started the brewery, did you start brewing the same kind of beers that you like to home brew?
I did, yeah. I started with our amber. I brewed a pale and a brown to start with. They were, big hits. And then once we got the tap room going, I expanded out. We've got a blonde ale and IPA, of course, and an oatmeal stout, and we also have a beer made with grapefruit.
Oh yeah, how'd that come out?
Well, it was supposed to be just a seasonal. And so we did test batch after test batch, and finally got the recipe down where we wanted it, and people loved it. And we thought, okay, the end of summer, we're done. And they said no. I was almost getting death threats to bring it back.
Really?
So now it's full time on the tap room now.
Oh,
so
that's good when you've got demand like that for something.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah.
So, Moses Lake, are there any other breweries in there now?
There's one in the bowling alley called 10 Pin.
Right.
And they're in a sports bar, casino, bowling alley, arcade type thing.
Right. So now there's a couple breweries in town. So it's a slight destination for the beer lovers then.
A little bit, but on your way from Puget Sound to Spokane, we're right in the middle, so that's a good stop.
Right. So you do get a lot of that kind of people? A lot of people just stopping there?
Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah. Yeah, lots of, and then we get, there's a lot of people that do business in Moses Lake that are, somewhere else, and they travel in and either stay for the day, the week, the month. So we get a lot of that stuff too.
Oh, okay, great. So, what might be like your flagship beer? Is it your
flagship? I think our Amber is the one that is our flagship. It's made with Cascade hops, got a crisp finish, pretty malty, about 6% ABV, and it's pretty popular.
Okay. So when you get one of the people stopping in that not regularly craft beer drinker, and they drink a corporate beer, so what's the one that you would point them to? Would it be the Amber?
That one and our Blonde. It depends on if they're, just big mega brewery type drinker. I point them towards the Blonde, and a lot of people just really like it. So it's kind of a starter beer into the craft brew scene. So that's where I go there. But then the Amber too. There's a lot of people that drink, the mega beers, and then but they just love our Amber. So those two work really well.
So when you first opened, being the only brewery in town, did you find it interesting or difficult to to get people to come in and try something that wasn't from a major brewery?
Actually, when we opened, we promised we'd be open in the month of July. Actually, I think it was May or something like that. We finally didn't get open until August of that year, and we had people waiting outside the door.
Really?
Yeah. And they'd see us working in there, and they'd be out there going, "Are you open yet? Are you open yet?" So, we were pretty well received in Moses Lake. It was very refreshing.
That's good. So you get a lot of locals, regulars.
Oh yeah. We have a real good customer base of regulars, and we do events here and there. Once in a while, we'll have music. We're this winter we're doing trivia nights, which actually is tonight, Thursday night. So we do it every other Thursday, and that brings in a nice crowd.
Good. So let's see. Are there any styles that you haven't done that you'd be interested in doing?
Yeah, I get asked a lot about a porter, and I have never done a porter. Even in my homebrew days, I've never done one. So okay. I'm kind of looking to do something like that. Would be nice.
So that's not one of your particularly favorite beers, right?
Not particularly, but I get quite a few requests to have one. So eventually I'll get one on tap.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot of breweries have to pretty much carry every different type of style.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like there's always someone that wants one that's not there or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, but the porter is the one that stands out the most. We do get a lot of requests for like wheat beer or Hefeweizen or, Belgian ale type thing. And it's like, yeah, we might do that as like a one-off type thing. Throw it out there, see what happens.
Yeah. So you had mentioned like the Cascade hops and stuff. Are there any hops or malts that you like to use more than others?
I'm a big fan of Cascade, so I use that in quite a few of the beers that we make. Columbus is another good one. They're kind of the standby ones. The reason I use those is, I'm not big enough to really contract a whole lot of hops, so I like to use the hops that are available. I get all my hops down at Peterbaugh Farms down in Mabton, and they do a really good job with their hops. So that's kind of the reason I use just kind of the standby ones. I haven't gotten into the exotics or anything like that because I'm afraid if I get some people hooked on it, and I won't be able to get the hop. Right.
Yeah, and that's probably not a good thing. Get people wanting something that you can't do again.
Right. Exactly.
So, what have you entered any of your any of your beers in competitions before?
I have not. No, I haven't done that yet. And I figure, if I start, I probably shouldn't stop. So that's why I haven't started yet.
Okay.
I'm still, trying to get everything the way I want it. It's a work in progress, this whole business thing.
Mm-hmm. So even as a home brewer, you never entered any?
No, I never did.
Yeah. No. You just did it for the enjoyment and the finished product, right?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Sharing it with friends and, having a cold one every once in a while. So,
right.
Yeah, that's kind of the main reason.
Okay. All right. So, being a small brewery, what's been one of the obstacles you've had to try and overcome?
Well, let's see. Basically, just keeping up with production. That's been kind of a big one here lately, but I think I've overcome that one. Some of the other ones are just financing, getting enough money to start the whole thing and keep it going. So I think we're pretty much out of that area now. So that's kind of nice.
Right.
But, some obstacles, it's marketing, really, getting the word out.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I found it's very, very expensive to advertise, so I'm trying to find the biggest bang for my buck, and sometimes that's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's definitely not. Even I used to own a delivery company, and the same thing. It was trying to figure out where to advertise, and I think a lot of times it's hit and miss too.
Yeah. So word of mouth around the area is kind of the main thing, and a little bit of social media, and we do some local events, and we go up to the Winter Hop over in Ellensburg once a year. So we do a few things around the area.
Right. So you said one of the things was keeping up with demand. So how many days are you brewing now per week?
Per week, usually a couple.
Okay.
A couple times a week. So.
Tom Wytko from St. Brigid's in Moses Lake. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for interviewing me, Mike. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks to Tom for joining us for that interview. Good time talking about beer always with the owners and brewers from breweries. And we will be right back after a music break from the Marshall McLean Band.
I better go now before I say too much.
Sounds of Thunder by Marshall McLean. You can check them out at marshallmcleanband.com. If you want to have your music played on Northwest Brew Talk, contact us today. And now, let's try another beer. This time, we have Cowiche Canyon on Hop Lab Mosaic from Fremont Brewing.
All right, that is.
Cowiche Canyon Hop Lab Mosaic from Fremont Brewing is a Northwest IPA brewed with organic malts and organic Mosaic hops grown in the Cowiche Canyon of Yakima Valley. They make Hop Lab in partnership with Carpenter Ranches and the Britt family in an effort to expand the organic hop industry in Washington State. A portion of all sales fund the Cowiche Canyon Conservancy includes 2-row Weyermann Pilsner and honey malts, 7% ABV, and an untapped rating of 3.9, one of the higher ones we've had.
Yeah, definitely. You do notice that. That's got it's golden color, and that's got a pretty nice flavor to it.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I like it. It's a little different, but it's got a nice little head on it, too. But, yeah, it's got a different flavor.
Yeah, it's good. I like that.
Yeah. Get that. Did it have IBUs? But I don't think it did.
No, we don't have them.
7% alcohol, though. It's definitely got a nice flavor to it. Yeah, I checked the bottle. I didn't see it on there. But, no, I like that. I like the flavor of that one. And it's organic. And it's, I did, on Untapped, it did say that it was number 5 in the Hop Lab series. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but pretty good, though. Did like that one.
Yeah, that's good.
I want you to give me fresh beer. You serious?
Now! This week's fresh beer is from Hi-Fi Brewing in Redmond. Their newest beer is Prog Rock, a creamsicle ale, infusions of vanilla and orange, together with the lemony character of Sorachi Ace hops, make for one delicious beer. Sounds good to me. It's available now in their tap room.
Yes, I thought that would be something that you might like. I am not a big
Something
fan.
that does not interest Mike one bit.
Because as a child, I ate too many of the children's aspirin that are orange flavored. So I have no desire to eat any kind of orange creamsicle because that's exactly what it is like. But anyhow, that brings us to the end of this episode of Northwest Brew Talk.
Make sure you tune in next week when we chat with Cole Street Brewing.
This show is produced and edited by me with engineering help from Michelle Rizzo.
If you want to contact us, you can email us at nwbrewtalk@gmail.com or on Twitter @nwbrewtalk.
Until next time, I'm Mike Rizzo.
And I'm Michelle Rizzo.
Stay hopping, my friends.